And we're live. We are live. It's alive. Let's go to YouTube. Make sure the noise is off. It is. The noise is off. Hit share. Copy. Pop out the chat. Delete that window. Actually, let's just go to Twitter and do that. Streaming. Tweet. It's been twitted. What's up, Chris? Let's see. What else do I need to do? Need to go back to StreamYards here. Do an invite. Copy. See if anybody wants to jump in. YouTube rejected your comment. This is fairly common when sharing a link. Why would it reject my own comment from me? That makes absolutely no sense. I got a haircut. That's what I did. I got butched. I hobbled my ass on my broken ass leg down back and asked my neighbor if she'd cut my hair in the next couple of days. She said, let's do it right now. And she grabbed the clippers and went, Ear. She goes, you're going to look like a cancer patient with these sort of settings. We couldn't find out, those electric clippers have all the different, I don't care. It'll grow back. So there you have it. I have to feed some filament through. Let's just feed 10, extrude. I don't think it's pulling any filament. It's not. It's not. There it goes. Now it will. There it goes. It's oozing crap. And it's all red now. And very hot. And I don't want to waste too much because I don't have much, but I am going to glue stick this here bed. Because PTG likes to fuse to TPE, TPU, whatever this bed is, PEI. So there. What's up, Devin? And let's see. Let's go to Facebook. Well, I'll post it there. Keeping the streams going. Come on. I don't like the new Facebooky crap. Oops, wrong thing. Didn't want that. Oh, well. You know what? I'm not even going to bother. Not even going to bother. Yep, does save money on shampoo. It's just easier. Half the time, freaking the new Facebook just sucks. I mean, I've been using it for a while, but they just did another little update when they locked it in, and it just sucks. Let's see how far I get with this. Probably not even going to get halfway up this vase, but it is just a vase, so we'll see. I'll lesson planning and working on a model. Anyway. Yes, all those guys are on Discord video now because they don't have any history and they can be all crazy and say things politically incorrect and not worry about it. let's see. Where am I? That's the right place. And quit. And lesson planning and working on tomorrow. Good for you. Let's see if the Lamacore will print a vase with what little filament I have. There ain't nowhere near enough there, but just want to see how it prints anyway. I did hit upload and print, didn't I? Yeah, it's just heating up to bed. Extruder's already up to temperature. Bed's almost to temperature. Current job status. Printing. Waiting for bed to heat. What is up, Kit? Switch accounts. What is up, Matt? And Peoples. And share. Copy link. Go to Facebook. Paste link. Post. Cooking dinner. Don't blame you. Dinner was good. I did that already. I actually, I had to go to the store anyways, and I was passing by the local bar to go to the little, I just went to the little Dollar General crap store to get some soda and stuff because they're cheaper than anywhere else anyways. And driving by, I had to drive by the local bar and said, you know what? I don't feel like cooking dinner. So when I got to Dollar General, I called the bar and said, I want some fish and chips and a salad. And when I got out of the Dollar General buying soda and some chips and junk food and crap I didn't need, because I always buy too much junk I don't need when I walk in that place. And then got to the bar and it was all right and ready and waiting. A better camera squirrel? What is a camera squirrel? What is a squirrel for a camera? Homing. It's a homie. I'm going to move that cable because it's bumping the rail now. And I got to figure out why it's doing that when it homes the bed. It homes the bed, it goes down and then up and then back down and then it starts traveling up. Lamacore is printing right now. See it moving? The bed's going up. The actual rods are straight now. They're no longer wobbling. I straightened them all out when I was fixing everything. They are perfectly, I mean, they have no wobble anymore. I was really surprised about that. I did not, because I didn't like use like a precision tool to line them up. I figured I would after. I just used a tape measure and kind of got it close. And they used to have a little bit of wobble on the top. I figured, I'll straighten them out. It's not that hard to do. And they are dead on. They have not wobbled a bit. And it's printing. And it looks like it's laying down a nice layer. So I'm going to leave it alone. You did not notice the blue squirrel taking up most of my cam feed? No, I didn't really look. You were off in the distance, so I didn't really see what you were doing. All I saw was you walking around in the background. Why? Do you have a printed squirrel or something? I didn't even notice. Now I'm gonna have to go back and look. You can jump in here. I sent the thing, didn't I? Did I? Did I? Thought I did. Yeah, I did. Oh no, it never went through. Huh. Invite never went through, did it? Because it said, oh, well, you can't send an invite. It's like, it's my stream, you dumbasses. Of course I can. Oh crap, I said it really slow, didn't I? Oh, it's pretty nice. Little over extrusion, it looks like. As it gets to the end of the infill for the first layer, there's a little bit of like ribbing bubbliness just as it goes to turn around and come back. I need to do linear advance is what I need to do. That's what I really should do. Oh, I got the freaking air conditioner blowing on it too. Should probably not have that doing that. Let's do the famous blue tape and paper towel wind blocker for the air conditioner. How's that sound? We basically, got the blue tape, take some, whoops. Jesus, cheap paper towel. That's okay. Yeah, I don't think I'll be using that piece. Oh, crap. Rip properly this time. And you just kind of tape up a wind blocker. Temporarily airflow blocked. And I got the overhead fan going too. Not too bright sometimes. Semi-enclosed printer. Let me turn this off too since I'm doing PETG. Off, or is that just slow? Nope, that was slow because that's off. And there you have it. Semi-enclosed printer with paper towel. My glasses, can't see. Yeah, it's kind of over extruded the first layer a little bit. The second layer looks perfect though. It is PETG. Now I just put some paper towel right there. So it's just because the air conditioner is right there and I don't want it blowing on the printer bed. See, now it's wobbling because the AC is running again. So I put a little deflector on it. Deflection. Ginger ale good. Even if it is from lunch and it's kind of warm. So what's everyone up to? Somebody hop in here. So you're not just listening to me babble. Gets annoying to listen to me babble. People get annoyed at listening to me babble. Need somebody in here. Where's Mr. Buttram? He needs to come in here. Straighten my ass out. Oh. Funny. It's printing. The Llamacore is printing. Gonna keep an eye on that there filament. The Angry Workaki. Ooh, look at that. See me, see. It's not perfect. Blah, blah. What filament is that? That's a nice looking filament. Fab Lab El Pasco. I wonder if it's their filament or something. Cool, Jim. How are you not? Moderator. And I think it should be going into spiral mode now. I can hear it popping. Why did it go across the thing? I was just filling in the last. Why is it doing that? It's jumping around. It's supposed to be in spiral mode. Maybe not turn off a setting that makes it actually go into spiral mode. Probably. Oh, my dumb ass. Yep. Let's try to do like infill or something, hopping around, so it actually doesn't spiral. Well, that bites. Why is it? Spiral mode should override all that. That frickin' ticks me off. I mean, it should just pause print, cancel print. That really bites the big Wazuba. It's one of the things that I don't think Idea Maker does the best is spiral mode. Scale it. Let's scale it down to like 90. Let's go bigger than that. Something about spiral mode that you gotta turn off with Idea Maker that I can't remember what the hell it is. Yeah, spiral. Didn't have spiral clicked, but it does. The whole thin walls and the thin walls thing needs to be unchecked if I remember correctly. And slice. Yeah, enable thin wall detection. That's what it was. No, I didn't put supports in it. You got to turn off enable thin wall detection, or else it'll see thin. It'll see it as a thin wall, and try and fill it. I doubt I have enough material enough now. It was borderline before. Created at 7:35. Yep. Well, they really like to stick. That's for sure. Even with the glue sticking on there. It's a nice color, though. And print. Yes. Should still be hot and everything, so it shouldn't even need to cool down or nothing. No, I just forgot to turn on the frickin' The one thing about Idea Maker is it's not the best spiral motor. I hate to say it, but Simplify 3D, I still think that's the best spiral mode of all of them. About the only thing I ever kept Simplify 3D around for, which I haven't installed it in like a year now, over a year. It keeps oozing during the startup. It's laying down a nice one for the first layer. I should have lifted the first layer a little bit, slowed it down. Actually, I can. I'll just lower my extrusion speed factor. Extrusion factor is at 90% now. Bring it down to 84. And I'll kick it back up once it's done with the first layer. So what's everybody else doing? Nobody's hopping in. Nobody's doing nothing. Just listening to me babble all by myself. Nope. Yeah, Prusa's not bad. Cura's not bad. The best one is still, I've gotten the cleanest look, the best layer adhesion, everything was Simplify 3D, unfortunately, for spiral. No ifs, ands, or buts. It gave you the best looking, cleanest profile, best layer adhesion, which is a big problem with spiral. I don't know how far it's going to get. What I have for PETG to add on to it. I got some, I don't know, some purple or something. Some purple and some orange. Something else too. I think I got like a Dayglow green, yellow or something in PETG. I only got like 2 or 3 colors in PETG. Bed? Where the hell are you at, Chris? You were. Because it's only 7:30 here. Are you? I didn't. Are you? You're not a European, are you? I'm thinking you're a good old American. Oh crap! Wisconsin. So it's only like 6 o'clock there, right? Getting ready for bed. The sun's still up here. Now I'm at least an hour. I'm an hour ahead of you, right? Yeah, I get up about 5. Let me rephrase that. I wake up between 4:30 and 5, Kevin. I don't get up until about 6:30. I usually sit in bed for an hour and play on the iPad and watch the weather. And we put the news on and I just let it play with no volume, and I wait until the weather guy comes on and then I turn the volume up. Or I go sit in the bathroom and come back and rewind it to the weather guy. I don't even watch the news anymore. Yeah, 8 to 9 isn't bad. I used to be that way. I still do. The other night, last couple of nights, I've been in bed by 9:30. Don't want to stay up late. And I think I'm going to today, too, because my leg's actually feeling a little bit better. And I really want to mow the lawn tomorrow, even if I just do a little bit of it. The lawn has not been mowed since, it's been almost a month. Yeah, I used to do that. But I was much younger then. Okay, I think it's going into spiral mode, so I want to up the extrusion back up to like 90, 95. So let's bring it up to 90. 94 sounds good. The fan is on. I can hear it. So it did fire up at, I don't know, 60%. I think I have it set at. Yeah, it's spinning. I like that fan. I don't remember what brand it is, but it's actually a pretty good fan. The little sheets are floating. There's no airflow getting through. Nope. I can feel the heat off the bed. Yeah, I used to do that. I used to have a job when I was running a big corporate construction site. We were doing a massive hotel. This hotel was designed to be, I don't know how to explain it. It was designed to be a whole community in itself. It was a big square hotel with a courtyard in the middle, but in that courtyard was huge, like stores and buildings. It was like this It was massive. It was down in I want to say Bridgeport. It's past Bridgeport. Westport. Can't remember what town it was. Anyways, it's huge, but it's a long drive. It was over an hour for me to get there every day, and traffic is just miserable as you get closer to New York. And so I used to leave. I was on salary, so I could pretty much work whenever I want, and pretty much my job was keeping the other guys busy. So I would leave here at like 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning and get there around 5:30, 6, about an hour, and I'd stop and get a coffee on the way, blah, blah, blah. I could do my walk around, my walkthrough, do my inspections, do my lists before the guys showed up at 8. They show up at 8. I'd give them everything they need, all the paperwork, that'd be all ready for them. They'd get to work. I'd hang out for a couple hours, make sure they had material, something I didn't miss. I could run to Home Depot. The one good thing was Home Depot and Lowe's were both right down the street. And by like 11 o'clock, I was out of there. Those guys were all set. Like 3 or 4 foremen knew what the hell they were doing. So by noon, I was on my way home by noon every day. It was freaking awesome. I'd get home at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, 1:30. Have the whole rest of the day to myself. Do whatever I want. Go mountain biking. Used to go mountain biking all the time. My boss would call and be like, we just heard we need to do this. Like, 1:30, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Be like, no problem. And I'm like, They're like, what are you out mountain biking again? And I'm like, yep. He's like, you freaking bastard. It's like, hey, I still do my 8 hours, man. Usually more. And anything at that time of day, I can go. I need this, and this. If it's afternoon and they need materials, it's too late to go get them or have them delivered. That was the other thing. That company I worked for owned its own lumberyard. Sad. The lumberyard we used to mass order from. I mean, we would get semi-truckloads of material every day out of this lumberyard. And it was costing us a bunch of money. And the owner of my company and the owner of the lumberyard were like buddies. And the owner of the lumberyard is like, I want to retire. And the owner of my company said, you know what? I'll buy your lumberyard. So we ended up buying the lumberyard. And then we started getting material like ridiculously. I was getting like real fancy custom colonial baseboard and trim at like 12 cents a foot, when baseboard and trim is like $1 a foot. It was nice. What's up, Doug? What's up, Sergio? There's Mr. Buttram. We were just talking about I was about 10 minutes ago saying we needed you here to straighten my ass out every once in a while, Mr. Buttram. You're not around enough now to correct me when I say stupid shit. It's in vase mode. It does not look like the cleanest print in the world, but I'm over it. We'll see how it goes. It could be the AC's running right there. Even though I got that paper towel there, it's still kind of getting airflow. It shouldn't. A little more blue tape will take care of that, though. Some of it. I don't know, it won't lift. Little paper towel to keep the AC from blowing on the printer. Works, right? Whatever works. I'm sure there's still airflow going in there, but there's no direct fan blowage. Healthcare pharmaceuticals. Let me guess. Blue Cross Blue Shield. Pfizer's. Pfizer's are right down the road. I told you guys before. A friend of mine used to mountain bike with a lot. Worked at Pfizer's. He was one of the. He didn't design it, but he was one of the. He's a lab tester. Like, make sure there's like no bad side effects / chemical reactions to. Basically, he did chemical reactions to other drugs. So for Pfizer's, they'd come out with a new drug, and he would like chemically induce it with like aspirin and Advil, and see if there was any kind of adverse effect that they needed to know about. Like, don't take a Percocet with the morphine with kind of thing. Don't take this with that if you're taking this kind of thing. That's what he did. But he worked on one of his main ones was Viagra, and his name is Corey Stiff. And he worked on Viagra. It was funny. We used to make fun of him all the time. Used to call him Corey Viagra. He's a good dude. He was a cool dude. I don't even think he's around anymore. I know he left Pfizer's and went somewhere else. I'm not sure where he went. Somewhere up in Hartford, I think. Last I knew. I hear it kind of like doing a weird poppy noise, which means it's not as dry as I was hoping it was. Oh, it seems perfectly timed. I don't think it is wet. I think it's something clicking. Even though it sounds kind of like a pop, I think it's more of a click. Because it's doing it exactly the same spot in the model every time. And it's literally exactly the same spot in the model every time. I had one on it. It's whatever. Again, it's a duet. It's another reason I kind of want to go, and I'm actually thinking I'm going to put the SKR board on this printer eventually. It's sitting right here somewhere. I don't know where it is. I think I'll actually get a better print out of it. I don't think the RipRap Forward prints as cleanly as Marlin, to be honest with you. Let me rephrase that. I have a harder time getting my slicer tuned to the Duet and RipRap firmware. That's the other thing I like about Ideomakers. It does have a RipRap firmware choice in its settings. I don't know if that's any better or not. I honestly don't think it is. I should reset that. I should try it until it's Marlin firmware, even though it's RipRap firmware, and see if it comes out different. I might have to do that. Yeah, I'm not doing the Clipper thing. I just, no. For one, there's no need for it with 32-bit processors. There's just no need for it. There's no advantage to it anymore. With the 8-bit processors and you wanted to print really fast and stuff, Clipper made sense, but you're still just running Marlin, right? Yeah, Marlin. You're still running Marlin in the background, right? Clipper just moves some of the calculations off the printer onto a Pi. If I remember correctly, I don't know enough about it then. It's just more of a pain in the butt to set up than anything. I had enough problems setting this thing up with RipRap firmware, let alone Clipper. It is popping, but it's literally in the same place every time. Wow, is that like... I don't even have my glasses on. I can see that. I wonder if it needs more fan or less fan. Wow, there's like holes in it. I can see light through it. It's under extruding. Maybe it is wet. It's been sitting in the dry box for a month. Well, it's just an experiment anyways. Let's kick the extrusion up to 100%. See what happens. You never know. So what's everyone doing? Where is everybody? Why am I sitting here by myself? Need people. Jump in. Start doing something besides listening to me babble. Oh, Jesus. What is with these guys and their frickin' porno crap? Sweet Girls 24 online. I don't know why these guys think they can comment on my streams. Getting a lot of those lately. Almost every time I upload a video, I get one of those. Sweet Girls, or join these girls, or these guys love you, or girls love you. Crap. Oh, crap. Crappity crap, crap, crap. It is a weird pop, though. Because it literally is at the same spot in every freaking loop. I don't notice any different in the up extrusion. Lonely Llama. What's up, Bob? Jump in, Bob. Come on, Bob. If I make fun of you enough, you'll not want to ever talk to me again. Not so much lonely. It's just boring. I'm good for about 10 minutes of yakking. After that, I get boring. Live nude bots. There you go. That's it, Mr. Buttram. That is the answer. What's going on in Twitterville? Let's go take a look at Twitterville, just because none of you guys want to jump in here and I'm bored. That's what it's treat. First princess with idea maker on my hypercute evolution black PLA. Hey, there's Greg's Make a Corner. Well, that's not terrible. It's not great. It's kind of looks like he's using big layer lines or over extruding or under extruding or something, but I've seen worse for a first shot. Good morning. It's nighttime. Zelda Gift World, whatever the hell that is. Radar Rat on the Commodore 64. What is there Matty Jake doing? Was he appreciating it? Had to clear a bug on acid flight, blah, blah, blah. Boring. This looks cool. I don't know if you guys seen this thing yet. Someone responded, they thought it was, like scrolling by, they thought it was, Warcocky!
Blah, blah, blah.
What is up, Chris Warcocky?
Nothing. Gonna go back and play with firmware for a second.
You can do that.
I am going to.
Make sure it enjoys it. I was going to say something else, but I don't want to be that rude on a Sunday night. It's still early on a Sunday.
It is early. It's only 7 o'clock.
It's almost 8 o'clock. So you're wrong.
Yeah. You and your fake time.
My real time. Real time. The world is flat, and the sun is just a big flashlight that goes around in a circle, shines down on whoever. There's a big old blimp that floats around that NASA built. It's a big old blimp, and it blocks off sections of light as it goes around. So you think it's nighttime.
Let's see here.
One thing I just don't get is flatlanders. How they can still think the world is flat. I mean, how freaking stupid do you have to be?
Magically.
You gotta be a real freaking moron. So I went out and got dinner, and I got a bunch of junk food, and I've got like 2 bags of junk food staring me in the face over here. And I'm really trying not to touch it.
Pizza is yummy.
I had fish and chips. Because when I went to the store to get the junk food, I passed by the local bar and said, you know what? I don't have to make dinner if I call them before I go into Dollar, because I went to Dollar General to get, I actually need milk and juice for my mother. So I said, I'll go get soda and milk and juice and everything. Blah, blah, blah. The simple stuff. Major grocery store. And I passed by the bar and I said, if I call them when I go into the Dollar General, by the time I get out of the Dollar General, my fish and chips will be done and I don't have to cook dinner. So I ordered fish and chips as I went into Dollar General, got out and had fish and chips for dinner. But now of course, I go into Dollar General to get like 2 things and you walk out with $40 worth of junk food.
Let's see here.
Because the place is just a pile of junk and junk food. But they are cheaper. Like milk and orange juice is almost $1 cheaper than the local grocery store around here.
Nice.
So I always go there to get milk now. It's only less than a mile away. Grocery store is 5 miles away. It's less than a mile away. I mean, there's crap beach stores down here, but a gallon of milk or a half gallon of milk down there is like $7. Because they are beach stores. And they rob the beach people.
Gotta rob the beach people.
They have beer because they're allowed to sell, beer and wine there. They have beer, a 6-pack of Budweiser, for $12. For a 6-pack.
That's reasonable.
The package store, which is literally right across the street from the junk store, it's like 5 and change for a 6-pack, and people buy that $12 6-pack, walk out the door staring at the liquor store across the street. It's like, how dumb are you? Yeah, but at least at the bar you got like the cute waitress and socialization and. There's a reason the bar charges money. You're sitting there at their establishment, TVs and hanging out and pool tables and blah, blah, blah. You're not paying for the beer. You're paying for the social event.
Yeah.
Walking into a store and picking up your own beer and bringing it home is different than sitting at a bar. Ew, people, yeah, that's kind of. It was funny. I went into the bar to pick up the food and I put my mask on. I think I was like one of 3 people of the 50 or so in there that had a mask on.
It's about normal.
And I guess the law is, I didn't know. I mean, I knew Connecticut changed this law, but if you go into a bar in Connecticut and you sit down at a table, you don't have to wear a mask. But if you get up to go to the bathroom, you have to put your mask on.
Yeah.
The frick's the difference?
Because when you're walking around, you're getting closer to people.
Yeah.
You can't stay within that 6 foot circle.
I guess, but still. I mean, the waitress has to walk up and take your order. She's wearing a mask, but you don't have to. The whole point of you wearing a mask is not infecting her. You don't wear a mask to protect yourself. You wear a mask to protect everyone around you. I don't know. It's kind of...
Business is
I mean, I get it.
somehow.
You can't exactly sit and eat a meal and have a beer with a mask on. It's like impossible or near impossible. Yeah. Well, you can drink through a mask, but it'd make a big-ass mess.
That is truthful. Let's see.
I mean, you can do it. It'd just make a really big mess. Wow, that is just absolutely terrible. I have a feeling it's wet because it is popping like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how it could be wet. It's been in a dry box for a freaking a month. And it's only like 30% humidity in there. And when I put it in there, it would just like snap, and now it's all like rubbery.
Mm-hmm.
But whatever. It is what it is. I'm not a big PETG user anyways. I wonder if I just got it too hot. I would say like 225. I'm going to kick the temperature down. Or maybe up. Printing. What's my temperature at? 225. Let's try 220. Just for giggles. Dry box does dry things. If you put it in a dry unit, my dry boxes dry things. If the humidity inside the box is lower than humidity of the material, moisture content of the material, it will dry it. My dry boxes have little desiccant packs in them, the Evidries, and they do dry it out because I've taken really bad filaments and put them in there, and a month later take them out and print them like they were brand new. I have some glow in the dark that I bought in 2016, and it still prints. It was absolutely useless. It was popping and hissing, steam coming out of it. Literally, when I tried printing with it, put it in one of those boxes for a month, pulled it out, it was like brand new. What is up, Jerry?
Print and plays in the house?
Yep.
All right, let's see if I can figure out how to make this damn filament sensor work.
You plug it in and turn it on?
No, in Marlin.
I know what you meant, but that was no fun. I had to
It
make
never
fun
is.
of your ass.
My brain hurts
Spreading
already.
through a mask, yeah.
And nope.
That's the stuff you clean your nozzle with. Soak some PETG in water for a day. That's just it. Everyone that's... You see all these guys about their filament drying systems, and they run the filament through water and then through their drying system. Filament doesn't absorb water. It absorbs moisture. In liquid form, it doesn't get into the filament as rapidly. Put it in a steam bath, and you'll soak it.
Let's see. Huh.
Oh, what? He's hunting.
I was trying to figure this math out.
What'd you do with your blueprinter you just built? I don't see it behind you.
Oh, it's on the desk over. I had to make room for this when I was helping out Carl.
I really like that color. That was a nice color extrusion.
It is. Yeah, the blue's really nice. I like the blue, the red.
Really nice. That purple right behind you is pretty sweet too.
Yeah, the purple. I think that's my favorite.
The orange is all right. I don't. It just doesn't. It looks more rust than orange. If that makes sense, because it's still got the the aluminum color shining through. That purple's really nice. The red's really nice too, but that blue really that especially when I don't know if it was your camera or whatever too the other day, but just made it really pop.
Samples.
Popping and cleaning, yeah, it doesn't clean it.
What's
That is like furry.
That is.
I have some serious
Ultimate
Acme
Machine.
printing going on.
Damn it. Son of a biscuit. I'll have to bug
You should
Keith on
just
how to do
cancel
that.
this fight, man. Might as well burn off what little left.
Subdivision 3.
That looks horrendous.
What? How?
Popping and snapping, steam cleaning. Yep. Not really, but sure.
Dang it. I'm on screen.
Yeah, I brought up a Powerade. I know I did. It's right here. It is right here.
No, it's not.
Stinky Fritos or stinky Nutter Butter peanut butter sandwich cookies.
Nutter butters are delicious.
Nutter butter, yeah. That's what I'm thinking too. Then I'll eat less than Nutter butters because I'll just have a couple and be done with it. With the Fritos, I'll open the bag and like an hour later, I'll look down and the bag will be gone. I'll be like, what the hell?
It's pretty normal.
With the Nutter Butters, I'll pull out 2 or 3 and then shelf the package and not eat the whole thing. Come on, Nutter Butters. Nutter Butter peanut butter sandwich cookies. I think I'll do 4. Really, I don't like about these. You know how like they all have gone to that self-resealing packaging.
Mm-hmm.
Nutter Butter is the only one that don't have that. You know what I mean? That new flip up thing.
Mm-hmm.
Nutter Butter hasn't like incorporated that into their wrapper yet.
Yeah, they're probably just existing at this point.
They probably figure you're just going to eat the whole damn pack before it goes stale, anyways. There is that.
Let's see. There it is. Custom user menu. Boom.
I am not a peanut butter fan, but Nutter Butters and Reese's peanut butter cups, yum.
It's because it's chocolate and peanut butter. Those Reese's peanut butter cups are a godsend.
This is just peanut butter.
Okay.
But now you got me going. Because don't they make a chocolate dipped Nutter Butter peanut butter sandwich cookie now?
I've seen one. I don't know if it's by Nutter Butter. Okay.
Hi, Andrew Larker.
Andrew. Okay. Control-C. Control-V. 2. Enable cold extrusion. Control C. Control V. Okay. Oh, that's not 3. That's 4. See, Chris isn't paying attention. And reset EEPROM. Control C. Okay. Now it's time to go find my other codes. In my builds. Where's my builds? There we go. Hoiple Bear. Configuration ADV.H. And custom settings. Custom settings. Where are they?
Well, it is printing in base mode, yes. Not printing very well. Looks kind of nasty.
That's no fun. Dang it. Maybe it's another Zerabo one? My builds. Zerabo 2.0.6. Let's try that one. See if I put in that firmware.
If you can't sleep, Andrew, do 2 shots, smoke a joint. You'll be out in a half an hour.
That's silly. Where's my builds? Gray Bear. And ADV.H. I need to pop the chat out so I can see what the chat's doing. There it is. That's the one I want. Control C. Oh, can't use the firmware updater on that one. That's stupid of me.
Crappy
Okay.
sugar. How much sugar was in the bottle of Powerade?
Everything?
Ingredients. Water, high fructose corn syrup.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's a bunch of less than 5% of.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to know just how much high fructose corn syrup is actually in this bottle. Like, is it that much or that much?
More than enough. That's all I got to say.
Calories per serving. 2.5 servings per container. It's actually not that much. 80 calories is not that bad. So it's 180 or 160 calories in this bottle. Thereabouts, a little more. 200 because it's 2.5. 2.5. Not 2, not 3, but 2.5. So 80, 80, 160 plus another 40 is 200. Which in a 32-ounce bottle, that's terrible.
Mm-hmm.
It's less than soda, right? I'm trying to think how much soda's got.
Soda's a lot, bro.
Yeah, well, that's
Soda's Powerade and Gatorade. It's the same. Like, they're all bad for you.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think Powerade's quite as bad for you as regular old soda is, but it's pretty close.
Disable cold extrusion. City prom. Okay. Completed. Okay, let's see if this builds.
Moving stuff around, are we, Dave? Dave's moving stuff around.
Is that Dave Randolph?
No. Dave Houghton. How would you actually pronounce that last name? Houghton, something like that.
Oh, David Houghton.
Houghton, there you go. I knew it was something like that. It's got electrolytes. It's what the plants need.
So it's got salt.
Didn't say anything about salt. Oh, actually, I shouldn't say that. I need to
That's
look
what
at
electrolytes are.
less than 5% ingredients, which there's a small freaking book about. The electrolytes are a combination of salt, magnesium, and calcium chlorides, along with monopotassium phosphate.
Yep, all salts.
And then we have some natural flavorings, and then we have a boatload of modified food starch. Oh, that's good for you.
Mm-hmm.
More calcium. What else we got? I can't read it. It's in the lip.
Okay.
Oh, it's got some calcium, potassium, EDTA to protect color. Because, we need to protect the day glow freaking microwaved blue coloring.
Without it, it would probably turn brown.
Okay.
And nobody wants to drink brown water.
No, they don't.
Except for coffee.
The one I really don't get is they have a white cherry flavor that looks like man juice. And it tastes really good, white. But what a disgusting color. They really should have done something to that color. Because it don't look cherry. Like some guy should be drinking. It's really good tasting. It's one of my favorite flavors. Not that these all just taste like sugar water, but
all right.
Bedfordshire.
Reading onboard memory. Okay.
Doesn't sound diabetic friendly.
No.
Houghton. It's Dave Houghton, he says.
Yep.
Like howdy doody time. Dave, howdy doody time, ton. That shows my age. You probably never even seen Howdy Doody Time, have you?
Nope.
Do you ever actually watch Howdy Doody?
No.
It's Howdy Doody time. I did. When I was young. It was actually already on reruns, I think, when I was a kid. Yeah, there's something not quite right with that film. Maybe I went too cold because it almost looks worse. Let's try heating it up a little more. Let's get it up to 235. Now let's just go to 230. It could be just because I got, I'm running the air conditioner. It's like right there and like literally on the other side of the printer. Well, I have some paper towel blocking it. That could be adding to the not printing so well. Uh-oh, he's clicking.
Yeah.
Oh, you're getting ready to burn up something, aren't you?
No, worked just fine.
Your screen just locked up. Oh, there it is. Back.
Do what I can to make sure things go crazy. Let's see.
What time is it? 8:30.
Nope, 7:21.
Nope, 8:30.
Oh, that's incorrect.
It is 8:21 in the real world.
Nobody
you are in the Flatlanders world. So you're an hour off. It still hasn't sucked all that filament up, which I'm really surprised. Because it's about 30% done. Although I did shrink the model way down.
Yay, successfully pushed. And Rambo. And
What are you doing? Working on Carl's firmware?
no. I am. What I'm doing here is actually making a Prusa Mark III's firmware with Marlin 2.0. So.
Oh, so you have all the motors laid out so you can actually make sure they all spin and everything?
No, I just got the board hooked up to make sure that it all compiles correctly. I'll probably have someone who has a stock Prusa Mark III's work with me side by side and update the firmware and make it all hunky-dory. So, gotta find me a victim with a stock Mark III's who wants to put Marlin 2.0 on his printer. And it's, reversible, so if they don't like it, they can go right back to Prusa firmware. So it's
I
not a
thought
big
you
deal.
still had one actual stock Mark III. You've converted them all, have you?
Yeah.
I know a guy. Bob says he knows a guy. I'm thinking Bob is that guy.
Possible. Well. Let's see here. Let's see if that worked. Let's go to Chris's bag of firmwares. Master. Oh, wrong folder. Wrong folder. Going to my main branch. SKR Bear Marlin. And test INC Mark III's 2.0.6. How do I add that folder in there?
Well, it is super horrendous. This print has smallpox.
It's good for you.
There's literally like holes and stuff in it. Must have been wet. I'm not seeing any actual steam though. With that big nozzle, usually when you hit a wet spot, you see a puff of steam come out. Because I have run wet filaments through that big ass nozzle before.
Yeah.
Although not with Nemera. Doesn't that should make any difference. Let's abuse monkey. Where is the mad monkey pirate man?
Hiding.
Always.
Always hiding.
In other words, he's on Discord video.
I have no idea. Let's see here.
I guess that's their new thing is they'll hide out on Discord video now. That way they can be mean and nasty and not ever have anyone know.
These are things I always don't know how to do. Let's see here. Let's open up GitHub Desktop. See if that will help me. And SKR Bear Marlin. Oh. And let's see, test and oh, interesting. Interesting. Doesn't
I wish
have.
we got to find a way to redo our 3D printer waste. I think that would be smashing.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure how. I mean, there's a lot of people like just melting it down, making sheets of plastic. There's got to be a better way. It can't be all that hard. I mean, it is that. I know it is that hard, but there's got to be I mean, it's got to be a way to make it at least usable.
Rarg.
Oh, I heard somebody pop. We got a Bob.
We got Bob. What about Bob? Hi, Bob.
Damn it, Bob.
Tonight he's just Bob. He's not even Carl Bob. He's just Bob.
He's Bobbity Bob.
He's Bobbity Bob. What's up, Bob?
Not too much, Llama. I have sandpaper.
I am printing a smallpox PETG print. Let me I was going to stop it. I'm just you know what? I'm going to let it go. Just see how bad it is. I might even feed some other filament into it after it runs out. Well, it's getting kind of almost halfway, and about 35%. So it will eventually run out. Did it clean up any or change any when I raised the temperature? No.
Wouldn't you be the one to answer that for us?
It even happened.
Huh.
Oh yeah, every time you hear a pop noise, there's like a hole in the print.
I blame Llama.
I'm gonna say this print, this vase mode print, will not be waterproof.
No?
No.
I'm going to say this sandpaper is too coarse.
Well, stop rubbing it on your personal parts. Just the way you were holding it below the camera, it looked semi-pornographic.
As long as it's only semi-pornographic.
It's Bob Poole. It is Bob Poole. I just noticed that. He's got his Death Pool t-shirt on. Deadpool. Bob Poole. That sounds like it hurts. Oven.
There's weird layer lines on transparent resin.
Yeah, I don't have an oven that'll do 145. The lowest my oven will go is 170 something.
Weird layer lines?
Yeah, they're not really even layer lines so much as you can see the pixels.
Ah, yes.
So on a part that's printed this orientation, you get, let's see if it'll show.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, is that on the resin?
A weird fingerprint texture.
Yeah.
Can't really see. Hang on. Let me put that back up there. Let's blow you up. Focus. Focus. Still not really focusing.
It's doing what it can.
There it goes. Yeah, you get kind of a, what do they call it? Mirror effect.
More.
Yeah. Except that it's completely smooth to the touch.
Yeah. It's just light reflection, whatever you want to call it.
So, yeah, it's not even a fingerprint on the FEP sheet or anything like that. It's just because this is a compound curve model, it's the individual pixels on the LCD screen. When you feel it, it feels smooth. And it's not just that thumbprint looking space, it's over the entire build surface.
So you need to wet sand it.
Or just paint it, because like I said, it's smooth.
Yeah, paint will probably fill in the pattern, level it out.
Not with the paint I use.
Nothing
Huh.
you use is normal, Chris. You're just weird.
Okay.
There is no normal allowed, Llama. You should know this. You're a model of it.
Normal. What is normal?
My name is Abby. Abby Normal.
I blame Fred.
Fred? Why Fred?
Fred.
What did Fred do?
Fred designs models that makes me print them.
Oh, that Fred. He doesn't design that kind of model, though. He usually does, like, you're talking, does all the sceneries for Wegstrom models.
Mm-hmm.
Why wouldn't he design that you're printing now? Is that Star Trek?
He did all of those.
I did not know that. They're all the same, aren't they?
Now they've got different insignias on them.
Oh, can't
But
really
he
see
said-
it.
He sent me a message this morning and said, "Hey, here's a new one. Can you print it for me on the Saturn? Let's see how it does."
Oh, I thought he had a resin printer.
Came in a few weeks ago.
Normal only exists as a force in physics. Are you sure about that, Mr. Bertram? You have a lot of filament stacked on your little rep box. You have more on top of your rep box than you have in your rep box from the look of it.
That's
There
the
are
way to
6
do it.
rolls inside the rep box.
Oh, so there's one more inside it. You just can't see them. They must be black or something. Or
The
dark
3 that are on top that look like full rolls are moisture tests in progress.
Sure. What's up, Dan? There's still a couple of coils of filament feeding into that thing.
You haven't run out of that sample yet?
Huh?
You haven't run out of that sample yet?
Nope. Yeah. Gritgate.
Yeah, there's a whole thing about the UV grid on Elegoo machines, but I don't see it being a big issue, so I'm not going to worry about it.
A UV grid. Is that one of the new black and white ones, or is it a color screen?
Black and white.
They're supposed to be better or something, aren't they?
They're supposed to be faster and last longer.
Yeah, because they only do. They should be more accurate because it's the same size
Oh.
pixels, but there's just black and white. There's not 4.
Accurate's a matter of resolution.
Right. But if it's the same resolution, it should be better because there's less.
No,
There's only the 2 pixels for the same resolution instead of 4 pixels. Actually, there's only 1. Normally, there's 4. There's green, blue, red, and white. Right?
resolution takes that into account when you're talking about pixels per inch. So, not really.
Well, pixels per inch is a 3-color pixel. 3 colors equals 1 pixel. On a
Sure.
color. Where on a black and white screen, that same pixel is 1 color.
Correct.
It's smaller under the same
But the
resolution.
number of pixels per inch is going to be the same.
Right. All right. Yeah. All right. You're right. Right.
But this one does have the 4K screen and prints about twice as fast as the regular ones.
That's pretty cool. So what's its problem supposed to be? That it's just got
The way
too
they've
high-
got there's brighter UV spots in a grid pattern of the diffuser because of the way the hardware is set up.
So you basically have a hot spot somewhere in the lens.
A grid of them.
Yeah. Got it.
All right, Bob. I've now posted a stock Mark III's firmware to
Uh-oh.
the GitHub.
That sounds like a thing.
The guy that doesn't have a stock Mark III's is making stock Mark III's firmware.
I know what's in it.
Just picking on me, dude. I know what's in it.
My screen says
Got
Mark III's is
chicken.
ready.
And vegetables and
It says Mark III's ready. I don't have a thermistor in the hotbed port, so it's giving me an error right now saying min temp. So
Since
Yeah.
you have no thermistor.
yeah,
thermistor.
So what would be the advantages of using that firmware over the stock Prusa firmware?
you should get slightly better print quality. I mean, it would be minor improvements in print quality. More and better custom commands. No more being locked into Prusa's. Like some of their firmware is sketchy right now. Like the last few releases have just been
Yeah, I've been hearing
So
lots
great.
of tones.
So it'll get you out of that. And for me, I find it to be more reliable. You do lose some things, like a lot of the wizards. So if you need wizards, there won't be a wizard to help you set up your printer when you turn it on. But I do have the little calibration thing to set your Z offset, and I do have other stuff.
So for a
Filament
guy like
sensor isn't
Other
working
stuff.
yet.
It's got
So-
stuff.
for
Other.
a guy like me who's got stock firmware on that one
Yeah.
and nearly stuck on that one, just had to change it because of the x-axis. So I got it from the Bear folks.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing a lot of. I don't tinker with firmware.
Most people don't. But like
So-
if you start modding, then it becomes amazing because you no longer are locked into Prusa's really difficult firmware to edit.
So
If you
like
had a
the day you
BMG,
decide, yeah, the day you decide to put a mosquito on one of those makes
Yep.
sense.
or a BMG or 0.9 degree motors or anything, like you can just put a different extruder on there and just quickly change some settings and the new extruder will work. Want a different sensor, like instead of a Pinda, you want a BL Touch. Just put it on there. Enable it in firmware. Good to go.
I like learning things, but I don't remember a lot of them.
Well, Marlin's easy because it's all like contextual. It's like, do you want this enabled? Yes or no? Like,
Well, see, I really like the Bear upgrade because I took the same G-code file on the same SD card between the two machines.
Yep.
And on the Bear, it was a marker holder.
Yep.
On the Bear, the markers fit in nice. On the Prusa, they were tight. Just the craziest of randomness. But as far as other changes, I don't know.
Yeah.
It prints so well.
it works.
Maybe I just don't know what I'm missing.
You don't yet. It doesn't matter. Like, most people don't have to do those things. It's just for those who do, this will make it a lot easier for them because, you know, it's kind of like when people brought the Prusa Mini and now Prusa continues to lock down the firmware. There's a fear that they're just going to continue locking down firmware. So if you want to modify things, it won't exist.
Mhm.
But with the Einsy board, there's absolutely no physical limitations to changing the firmware. On the Prusa Mini, there's a little peg you got to pop off the
Mhm.
appendix in order to add
Physically
custom
break
firmware.
it to allow you to change it.
Yeah. So for us, for not us, but for people who still have an IC board and a Prusa and they still want to like put current stuff on their printer,
Mhm.
this will open up that gateway. So, and there's a lot of advantages to stock Marlin. It is cleaner, it's faster, it's not bogged down with stupid things.
But that sounds like advantages if you're in there tinkering with it. If you're just printing, I don't.
Yeah, there's just the minor print improvements that you'll get with switching to stock Marlin, because the way Prusa does linear advance is completely poop.
Mhm.
So getting Marlin's linear advance 1.5 instead of having Prusa's whatever weird version is right now will definitely improve print quality and actually speed up your printing time. So yeah, Jim, the linear rails are not a print quality improvement. No matter what print you put them on, it is all about reliability and convenience. Like adding oil or grease or lubricant to a linear rail, way better than a linear bearing because you got to rip the whole bearing out in order to lubricate it. You don't have to do that on a set of exposed roller bearings on linear rails. You can just drop some oil and they'll get in there.
That does sound nice.
Yeah, I've got 2 printers with linear
You know-
rails on the Y.
I'm surprised someone hasn't come along and put like a grease fitting on regular old LMUs or something. It really wouldn't be that hard to do.
You also get to miss out on my custom commands like the nozzle change command, which homes moves the nozzle up to the center of the bed and then 180 millimeters, and then locks all the axes so you can, heat the nozzle up to 280 so you can remove the nozzle.
Nice.
Simplified some things.
Nice. Well, if you get the filament sensor working, because I use that all the time.
Yeah, it should work. What's weird is I don't think many people are buying ANSI boards to put firmware on. So there's already a dedicated pin. I mean, it's not dedicated. I mean, it's a pin for the filament runout sensor. It's that like serial port back here. It's there, but when I try to enable the filament runout sensor, it doesn't do anything. VS Code gives me a big error saying there's no pin defined, and there is no pin defined in the pins file for filament runout, but there is a pin for filament runout sensor on this board.
I know. I plugged one into it.
Yeah. I mean, it's that goofy serial port with the, 10 pins in there. You get the bottom one, I believe, is for runout sensor, and the top one is for the MMU.
Kit, I don't know Chris's opinion on it, but the Y-axis tensioner on the 2.1 update is enough reason to do it by itself.
Yeah, I like the 2.1. I really like the new T-nuts they're making.
I didn't get the new T-nuts, but I did when I did the bear. I did the 2.1.
Yep. Also the laser sensor will not work in Marlin because, well, laser sensor never worked in Prusa anyway.
So that's the old one that they got rid of, right?
Yep, the old one they got rid of because
Yeah.
it never really worked consistently.
I don't have that one, so I'm not too worried about that. But
Yeah.
the runout is nice.
Yes, and it works great in Marlin. I've tested them numerous times, just going, I'm going to print this whole spool and see if it works.
Sure.
I do like not having to have the threaded caps on the Z-axis on the 2.1 as well. He got rid of that.
Yeah.
Looks a little bit cleaner.
Some commands. Oh yeah, I can change my motor currents directly from the screen.
There's still like a foot of filament sticking out that freaking Bowden tube. And then there's, I don't know, 2 feet of Bowden tube. And we're
Oh,
at
is Llama
46%.
Core running?
Yeah, still running. I got it going really slow with the base mode.
Interesting.
And it is popping.
You got wet
It
filament.
sounds like Rice Krispies going on over there.
I like it. Rice Krispies are yummy.
They
I
are
really
yummy.
want some Rice Krispie treats, and not the shit that uses marshmallow fluff. Because when you use straight up real marshmallows, it should taste better. Just saying.
Yes, I agree.
Okay.
I don't like marshmallow fluff for anything. My mother used to she makes fudge out of that stuff. It's nasty.
Have you ever made the Rice Krispie treats with homemade marshmallows?
I have
With
not.
what?
I haven't dabbled in homemade marshmallows.
With what kind of marshmallows?
Homemade.
Oh, no. We've taken the marshmallows out of Lucky Charms and added it to it.
Nice.
That's actually kind of interesting. You actually add them at the end and they don't melt so much. So you actually have the little Lucky Charms inside the Rice Krispie treats. It's actually pretty cool.
Mike, I think you'll enjoy it.
What I'm digging, and this is awesome, is I loved making Rice Krispie treats, but with Golden Graham cereal.
Okay.
Ooh.
That shit was amazing, and I then learned you can use any cereal. So if you like Reese's peanut butter cup cereal, or Reese's peanut cereal, whatever it's called, or if you want to use Rice Krispie treats, what's that cereal? Cinnamon Toast Crunch. You can make Cinnamon Toast Crunch
cinnamon.
Rice Krispie treats.
Oh, Cinnamon Life Rice Krispie treats.
Yeah.
That sounds
Or
amazing.
Sugar Puffs, like Renee said there. The thing you got to watch out for with that is, with Rice Krispies treats, the Rice Krispies themselves are very brittle.
Crispy.
They're puffed. They're really, really brittle. They're not. They don't have a. It's not hard to break them. So in the treat, it's easy to eat.
Yeah.
If you were to do that with a really hard, crunchy cereal, you would probably want to make them thinner.
Yeah, I made them the regular size because what happens is they absorb a little bit more moisture. For some reason, the Rice Krispie treats stay pretty crispy. Like the Golden Grahams and the Cinnamon Toast Crunch ones I made ended up gaining a little bit of moisture, so it was soft enough. Not a big deal. Ooh, grape nuts. I don't know if I would do Rice Krispie grape nuts.
No, that
might hurt my
sounds like
face.
gooey, freaking teeth-breaking craziness.
Yeah, and you can't forget the butter. Can't forget like the 16 sticks of butter you got to make for one pot.
Oh, life is better with butter.
You know what's? I think the favorite thing in life right now is just realizing that you only got one to live. Might as well treat yourself, right?
Oh yeah, that is definitely Fat Kid approved.
Some people treat their bodies like temples. Mine's a
Absolutely.
playground. Mine is an absolute playground.
My body is a temple, crumbling and haunted.
Crumbling and haunted.
Oh, my face is haunted.
With a ball running down, chasing freaking Indiana Jones out of it.
Oh, that's the best. No, what was it? The one thing I want to get into next summer is to get my own higher end ice cream maker.
Okay.
Make my own funky ice creams.
Oh, I
Those
used
are-
to have an ice cream maker.
Those are handy.
Ice cream,
Yeah.
homemade ice cream is awesome. The problem with homemade ice cream is it's like 4 times the cost of regular, just store bought,
Correct.
even like high-end ice cream.
That's not the
Costs you more
point
to make it.
whatsoever.
Yeah,
Buy
but
it.
the point is you can make flavors that don't exist. Like
Yeah,
I love chocolate peanut butter ice cream, but I want mine to be like a dark chocolate peanut butter ice cream. I have not found a dark chocolate peanut butter ice cream. I will make that shit.
We have an attachment for the KitchenAid where the bowl is frozen and you make the ice cream in that.
Yeah, we have I have an old KitchenAid. Like,
Mhm.
here you go, Chris. Here's our old KitchenAid. We're buying a new one. Like, thanks.
I have
I
a
mean,
1960
but there's an attachment for that one.
Mm-hmm.
It's the
It has an
old.
attachment for it. The attachments for KitchenAids have not changed in like a million years. I have a
For-
1960s.
For some of those
KitchenAid
bowl
and a
ones, you need to
newer,
have
like,
the newer design.
Yeah. Yeah, Llama, for this one, because of the bowl, the mechanism for holding the bowl in place has changed.
Yeah. That
all my, because I got one from literally the 60s, and I got one that we bought in like 80, maybe early 90s, and everything's interchangeable.
yeah, a lot of the other attachments are.
Exactly the same. The main head is a little different.
I'm sorry to be the one to break this to you. I really am.
We have both.
But that was the 60s and the 90s. It is now 2020.
Yeah. I
Those
don't,
things have been quite a while ago.
I don't think they've changed it.
I like
What
how
I-
close Bob got there to be like, hey, by the way,
It's exactly the same.
Oh.
he's like,
They
and
really
by
have-
the way, Llama, it is the 2020.
yeah. I'm having my freaking 20-year flashback, all right?
Oh.
But they really haven't changed them much.
Zoom.
They haven't
for effect.
changed the main
They don't need
attachments,
to. That's like one of those machines that just.
but the bowl has definitely changed, and some of the other stuff has changed. Like
The
the new
bowl-
ones look so nice.
And the paddle shape has changed.
Yeah. But those things last forever. I don't know. I don't know how KitchenAid stayed in business. I think it's because they're shitty dishwashers.
Yeah.
And well, their refrigerators weren't horrible. Well, they definitely didn't make money on that KitchenAid blender, like
Except-
mixer.
Well,
Yeah, they did because everybody
because
had.
not
Everyone had
everybody
'em.
had, but they didn't, because a lot of people had the Mixmaster
Oh yeah,
with the rotating bowl and the beaters that they stopped making.
yeah.
So, and then, Mom's got a KitchenAid. Okay, that worked really well. Well, now Mom's keeping hers, but I got to get one for me.
Yeah, but they never made money on replacement. Like it's kind of that law of they make things break so that you have to buy more of them. Like TVs are not meant to last as long as they used to. Washing machines, like your clothes washers and dryers, are not meant to last 20 years.
No,
They
I was
were back
laughing
in the
because
day.
there's a broken TV right there, and then
Yeah.
Jordan had a TV break on him this week too.
Yeah, it's how it is. Like they're disposable now. They make
Yeah.
TVs so inexpensive, and VCRs and DVD players, and I mean, not good washing machines and not good dryers. They don't make those inexpensive. They're still fucking like $1,200 a piece, but they don't last 20 years like they used to. It's like 5, and they're like, we won't warranty it over 5.
Hush, mine's 10 years old. Let's not say that out loud.
Yeah, they made a lot of money on attachments and stuff too, though, because that stuff didn't last. Like we've broken paddles and the dough hook because we used to make bread dough, and I've broken the dough hook.
Yeah.
3 or
But
4 times.
that motor in that KitchenAid is gonna last you fucking forever.
Oh yeah.
That the
Well,
whole
we-
planetary gear drive.
We did have to have the one from the '60s rebuilt. My brother's actually got it now.
Well, sure, but that was just because the wires went brittle and broke.
No, the gears snapped. Something inside it blew apart. But you can still
That's
get the part
insane.
for it. I mean,
yeah.
this was
Again, they
God,
haven't changed the
probably
motor.
15, 20 years ago. Well, it was early mid-'90s when we bought the new one that my brother took the old one, had it rebuilt.
Oh, what was the name of the one that's in the restaurants, Chris?
$100 to do it.
The brand?
The big ass ones that are in the rest. Same machine, just huge.
It's a KitchenAid.
No,
Well, no, it's not
KitchenAid
KitchenAid.
makes one. 'cause
They
rest
make the
of I worked at-
Giganto stainless steel ones with the
But yeah, I know.
6-gallon
Hobart,
bin to make pizza dough for the whole week.
Hobart makes
Mhm.
most of the restaurant equipment.
Hobart makes a lot of stuff. So does Bloodget, and so does Bloodget's like the pizza oven king. Like you want a pizza oven, you get a Bloodget. That like 4-inch stone.
Yeah.
One solid stone,
Well, we're sucking in the last like 5 or 6 inches.
450-degree oven. I burned myself so often on pizza oven doors.
the breakfast restaurant that I worked in used to make mashed potatoes in that big ass mixer.
Damn, Jesse Foreman. Yeah, I do want. Oh man, I miss working in kitchens because if I want to make like a big party dinner, working on a flat top grill and also having all of that machinery, like I'm gonna slice some deli meat. I got a slicer. I come to a house, I'm like, I got to slice deli meat. All right, let's sharpen the knife again.
I bought a deli meat slicer years ago, and it didn't get used enough to make it worth it.
Yeah.
Nope.
There's a lot of those things. Like I really want to buy an air fryer, but sometimes I'm just like, will I really make fries that often? Like I love fries, but I only do them when
Just
you know.
instead of an air fryer, because we've got one and it's horrible, just a proper convection oven does the same thing.
Yeah.
100% agree.
Buying a new oven is out of the picture for a little bit, unless it has to go. Like,
Yeah.
unless it chooses to leave.
But when it's time to replace it, a proper convection oven is a worthwhile upgrade.
Yeah. Not only can you buy a convection oven, but someone like you that's a single person, you can do like we did. We spent the extra $100, and it was literally only $100, and we got a dual oven.
Yeah, the double
convection oven,
stack.
where you can slide the insert. When you slide the insert in, it basically turns the upper half into a pizza oven.
So we've got a similar version, but it's actually 2 doors.
Oh, is it 2 separate doors? So mine's one big door, so I could pull it out and make it one massive oven.
And then on top of that is the convection microwave oven.
Yeah.
And then in the RV is the same thing, a convection microwave. So come Thanksgiving time, we've got 4 ovens to be running.
Yeah.
Come Thanksgiving time, I
The
make prime
split
rib.
oven, I was not big on it when my mother said, "No, we're getting a split oven." But
So
I was
much more
"Oh,
meat."
Jesus Christ. But honestly, it saves energy because you're not heating up that massive oven every time you want to,
Yeah.
cook some French fries.
Gas
Yeah.
is really cheap here, so I don't mind turning on the gas oven and heating that nonsense up.
But that's the other thing you could do too,
Damn
though, is just get
electricity out here.
a convection microwave oven, because it'll do the same thing as the air fryers.
Yeah. The microwave is on its last legs, and that has been the. Sometimes when I turn it on and it won't heat anything, turn it on the next time it works. So it's just like it's gonna go.
The only disadvantage I've seen to the convection oven is the lower one of my 2. We put a chicken in, and my mother pushed it too far to the back, and the heating coil / fan input output was in the back of the oven.
Mm-hmm.
And it must have sucked in some grease or something, because whenever I use that bottom one, it smoked like a bear now and smells like chicken.
Yeah.
So it must have sucked in some grease through that
Probably.
air duct. And I've
Well, you
done the electric cleaner on it, and it doesn't clean it.
No, you do want your stuff to be in the middle of the convection oven anyway for the convection.
Well, it was my mother. She still doesn't understand the difference.
Yeah. One of the things I've always wanted to buy, and my buddy finally got one last year, was a sous vide.
Mm-hmm.
I love going over there when he makes sous vide anything. It's like, Chris, I'm gonna sous vide this steak for 4 hours. Want to come over at 6 o'clock and have steak? I'm like, yeah. And he's got the cool flame torch to
boil in a bag.
Mm-hmm. But it's so good. He did sous vide chicken wings. So we did a Super Bowl party last year. Well, I guess it was this year, before the COVID craziness, and I did traditional tacos my way, and he did sous vide wings with 3 different dipping sauces. So it was a really good time over at Mick's house with the 4 of us that were Super Bowling.
Yay, sports ball.
Yep.
So
it's one of the reasons I love sports is the gatherings. That's about it. Are you wearing blue underwear today, Llama? That was sexy when you backed up, and I thought you were wearing blue boxers.
Yeah, they're kind of short shorts. This looks blue, but
boxer briefs.
This is actually very purple. And I'm wondering what I should do next, because it's almost out of filament. I got to feed something into it now.
Sous vide pizza.
Huh?
I don't think that's possible, but be interesting.
They say you can do pizza on our pellet stove, though, the Traeger.
Yeah, you can grill pizza. That shit's great.
We have not done that yet.
Who likes short shorts? He likes short shorts.
Oh my God, that's such a! I didn't think you were old enough to remember that ad.
Yeah.
Here, now they're not so short anymore.
Oh no, hike them up, bro.
They were just riding.
You'll get that viewer count.
Well,
John Mack will be like, subscribe.
Yeah, where is John Mack?
We gotta say his name one more time. So Bob's gotta say it.
John Mack.
Well, saying his name doesn't actually get him here. We can say John Mack as much as we want.
You gotta say
that
John
it is.
Penises.
There it is.
Say penis 3 times. Come on, you guys say it.
What? I already said it earlier today. I'm good.
So should I use the purple with the red,
the blue,
or the kind of day-glow acidy microwave green?
Yes.
I think I'm gonna go with the day-glow acidy microwave green.
I think you should adjust the color of your camera so that we can see the colors properly.
That's actually pretty darn close to the color. Looking at them side by side, it's almost
the blue sure wasn't.
Blue wasn't purple at all.
Purple,
it was so blue.
Purple never comes through. It always looks blue on this camera. That's deep purple, and it looks blue on the camera.
Wasn't that an album by somebody?
Exactly like the color.
That's blue.
Yeah, that is blue.
Yeah, night sky. Polyalchemy elixir.
That's purple.
Yeah, see, that doesn't look purple. It looks blue here. Although it does have a purple tone to
purple.
it. Anyway,
here.
I think I'm going to acid green into it. Kind of a yellowy acid green. This is IC3D, I believe. Yep.
There's Prusament purple.
Purple Galaxy?
Yep.
Yeah.
It doesn't say what color it is, but it's IC3D's whatever. Dayglow green, yellow.
And there's John Mack. Holy shit, it worked.
Hi, John Mack.
It did work. That's funny. But
I am looking forward to getting some proper clam chowder this week.
I want clam chowder.
I am going to the coast.
Ooh.
the coast is full of tourists.
Not so much. Not during the week.
Yeah. During the week too this time of year. This place is a madhouse.
Well, I can go in the RV to an RV campground.
Oh my God, you're one of those.
Still stay away from people.
Hey, you people.
You people.
You hate when people buy an RV so they don't have to buy a hotel room every time they travel.
Correct.
I've got like 4 RV parks that are seasonal, like within a mile of my house. And you like leave the driveway and you want to actually drive at a reasonable speed, and they're all doing like 10 miles an hour through the beach. Which
no,
in reality is understandable. There's a lot of people around, and it's a big RV, and you know
those are
kids
old
walking
people.
across the street. No,
Yeah, Bob's not old. He's only
You
33.
You can tell because the bigger the RV is, the older the person driving it is.
It's like Beatles.
I will never forget my uncle. When my aunt and uncle retired, my uncle's pretty well off now. I mean, he's not rich or anything, but he was, in Vietnam War, got shot, got freaking hurt working for Connecticut Light and Power. He was a lineman, blah, blah. He got a bunch of insurance money and then got a bunch of retirement. He's doing okay. They bought a camper and moved to Arizona for a while. And I don't know, somebody's birthday or something. They came up like 10 years ago for the summer in their RV. And they drove up here into, our yard. We're all checking out his new RV. He'd had it like a year. We're like, it's a really nice RV. And we're like, yeah, how much did this cost? And he wouldn't tell us how much it cost. And then he finally said it was like $1.2 million for this freaking RV. And we're like, it's nice. It's got like marble countertops and everything. But like $1 million, it's got the pop outs and everything. He's like, yeah, this came with it too. And he pushes a button and the bottom drops out and the door slides open and there's a little fucking BMW sitting in the bottom of the thing.
Yeah.
It's like, well, yeah, okay. Now we understand why it was $1 million.
You're not going to do that with my little 25-foot RV. Yeah. It's just not going to work.
This had a BMW convertible, whatever the little BMW convertible was, in the bottom of it, built into it. Ooh. It's like, and then there's this BMW sitting there.
You should park over at the local park out here.
And that was the other thing, you're walking through it, and it's a big camper. I don't know how big, a 50, 60 foot, whatever the frick it was. It was huge.
Yeah, probably.
You still go up into it, and you're like, it's not that big. Now you know why. There's a freaking car in there with it.
Mm-hmm. But that's better than having to tow it, because we have to tow the Jeep behind ours.
Oh, definitely. He's like, that was the best thing. He was worth. That was worth every penny of it. It saves gas too, just because you're not towing the vehicle. It's like you don't have that extra wind / physical drag or whatever. I don't know.
Doug, where we're going is about 15 to 20 miles north of Lincoln City.
Lincoln City. Is that near Lincoln, Nebraska?
Put a film in there in the red.
Oregon is nowhere near Nebraska.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Yeah,
United States.
It's only about 2 hours away from home, if that. So it's not like we're going far.
Yeah, that was a nice camper Miguel go ahead. I don't think he's got it anymore.
You can get another one.
Well, the funny thing is they went down to Arizona and bought all this property, and they moved into a trailer park / camper facility, and they didn't stay in their camper. They, bought a little camper home, modular roll away home, but it's not. Anyway, they never built their actual house. They said, we like the community, we like where we are, it's convenient, everything's here. You know, they're not all jammed together like a lot of mobile home parks are. They said they got pretty good distance. They all have a yard. There's no grass because it's Arizona, but you know, they all have space. They had like 3/4 or a full acre. He's like, it's nice.
Let's live in a desert.
We don't want to move to our lot that's like out in the middle of nowhere. You know, they bought like 20 acres or something. We're like, that's just, I mean, they're old. They're in their 70s. They're like, we don't want to be that far. We want to be away from people, but we don't want to be that far away from people. And they're like, the community here is quiet. Everyone's our age. You know, it's like, we're going to just stay here. So they ended up turning around and selling their property.
Who doesn't want to be away from people?
That's
the best part.
Yeah, I was going to say the farther away they are, the better.
Yeah.
Correct. That's why the debate was for this particular vacation. Do we want to go over to the coast because it's going to be nice over there? It's not going to get any hotter than 70. Or do we want to go up into the woods? And I think I settled on maybe both.
Maybe both. There
Let's
will
go
be
to the woods and the coast.
Well, we do have to go through the woods to get to the coast.
What coast are you going to?
We're in Oregon. We're going to the Pacific Ocean.
There's no ocean over there.
Okay,
That's
so
just a pool.
I was say because we're not. It's like right now it's almost 80 degrees out at 9 o'clock at night.
Over
And
here
it-
on the
it ain't
other side of the
cooler.
world?
Yeah, I know. And on the West Coast, it's cooler.
Sure is. We don't have all you stuffy
We're-
East Coast people.
We're getting-
Oh, burn!
We're getting that Florida breeze right now.
The Florida hurricane breeze? 'Cause those motherfuckers.
No, the
get up to
hurricanes are going up.
all the-
Well, the hurricanes are actually going up toward you. Actually, aren't they? Afterwards. I mean, they
Well,
won't
that would
start-
be impossible because if it was still in water, while the time
No.
it hit me, that'd be insane.
It's going up into the Gulf. It's not going up the East Coast, so it's going to head up.
I'm in
towards you.
Illinois, bro. If a hurricane makes it to Illinois, that
It's
is
still
that,
you dumbass. You know what I meant? The leftovers of the storm.
okay. Yeah.
Yes, it
Well,
won't
look,
be a
it's
hurricane anymore, but
it's
it'll still
raining
be a
here.
thunderstorm.
It's raining and there's mosquitoes. Must be from Florida.
Is it raining men?
No, it hasn't rained in forever out here, and there's no rain on the schedule for forever here.
Yeah, we're in a drought.
Last
too.
year, earlier this year, it was flooding everywhere because it was over raining. Now it's like you get nothing. Fuck off.
one
weather.
extreme and the other. Yeah, we're in a drought too. We just got rain for like 3 days, and we're still like 10 inches short on rain for this summer.
We never caught up to the flood height for the last 4 years, so we've been in flood warning every year after a holiday. Like as soon as
Oh,
it starts
look.
warming up and the snow melts, it's right back to flood warning.
Where the hell's the film?
Yep. Chance of rain, absolutely bullshit for the rest of the week.
Well then.
This print might actually finish at this size where I shrunk it.
I don't believe you.
I don't think so. 62%. I still have a good over a foot inside the Bowden tube,
Damn, son.
and it is
How'd you
seriously.
fit your foot in there?
Huh?
How'd you fit your foot in there?
Ooh.
How'd you get your foot in there?
Get it? Get
You
it?
know. Yeah.
Renee, I'll help you make dinner.
Those.
I will toss the salad.
Make dinner. Why don't you make Bob make dinner?
I don't think
Because-
I'm ready for barbecue right now.
Renee
Bob doesn't make edible food.
Renee does all the cooking. When we bought the house, she said, "That's a really nice kitchen. If we get this house, you're not allowed in my kitchen."
Oh,
That's why he grills.
in other words,
No.
that's why you bought that
You
house.
don't even grill?
Never have to cook again.
Oh, that's the best manly thing ever. I can
I
grill
don't-
for weeks.
I don't need to prove my manhood by roasting critters.
I do.
I don't. It's got nothing to do with proving.
Mostly-
my
mostly as a
manhood.
competition.
I just like roasting critters and eating them.
Sure, but I'm not going to, say it's a manly activity. It's just cooking.
I like cooking. I've
And there's
always-
cooking and there's grilling.
Yes.
There's a reason why 90% of the chefs in the world are men.
Yes.
Oh, we're having chili dogs for dinner.
That's what I made the other day. I made homemade chili dogs, homemade chili on fancy buns with jalapeno pickles and Vidalia onion slices.
I made hot dog sandwiches the other day.
Yeah, hot dog is a sandwich.
Well, I actually make a sandwich with the hot dog. You like split it in half.
Now,
Tomato.
a hot dog by itself is not a sandwich. It needs to be in a bun to be a sandwich.
Yeah, and that's a hot dog.
It's
weird. It's called a hot dog when it's in the bun, and it's a hot dog when it's just a piece of meat.
See?
And there's a debate because Oscar Mayer says that hot dogs are not a sandwich. They're too special for that.
Well, of course they do.
And we have that debate in the Facebook meme wars. One of the guys like, no, hot dogs are not a sandwich. Oscar Mayer doesn't. I'm like, yeah, I have a group of Facebook friends that are into meme wars, and then I've got the Discord meme wars. So
you just meme the wars everywhere.
Yep,
memes are fun.
Chicharrones, that sounds great.
I like stealing the memes and posting them places for people to see.
Oh, I want micheladas now. I haven't had a good alcoholic beverage in a long time.
I think you should have an alcoholic beverage.
Well, no, I mean a good one. I've got some okay. Like, I just don't want to drink bourbon to drink bourbon. Like, I've got good bourbon. I just don't want to just sit here and drink it. Like, I want an actual drink. Like, I want a cocktail. And I don't have.
It's more fun when
I don't have cocktails to make things with. Like, if I did, I'd make like a Sazerac or something. But I don't have the things to make a Sazerac. So
it's more fun to drink when you're around other people too.
Yeah, I'm also not I'm a social drinker if I drink, and it's like one beverage, but it's got to be yummy. So.
Oh, I will drink all night long.
I know you got a beer or two upstairs.
Nope. They are. I do. Okay, I have one beer upstairs. It's warm and sitting because I forgot to put it in the fridge.
Ew.
It's just one Blue Moon.
I blame you.
I bought a 6-pack at like the start of COVID, and I drank 4 out of the 5 Blue Moon. Teresa had the other Blue Moon.
I don't need that back anymore.
I haven't had a Blue Moon
in a Blue Moon.
I like beers that are brewed with citrus. I find them to be my favorite. So, Summer Shandy from Leinenkugel's, Blue Moon, even the sours. I can't name any off the top of my head, but there's some good sours that I like that are.
I like Sam Adams Winter Ale. That's probably my favoriteest beer in the whole world, and I believe that does have a citrus undertone to it.
Probably.
I think they got like orange peel or something in it.
Everything has orange peel. But Blue Moon uses Valencia orange peel.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit. It's a cheap beer that doesn't taste like ass hat, so.
Time to put the things away.
Yeah. Doesn't taste like piss water.
Yeah. That's why I want a michelada right now. Like, I don't like Bloody Marys, but I really like micheladas.
So what's in that?
And chicken with summer shanty.
So it's a Mexican beer with like the same seasonings.
A long time either.
You would put in a Bloody Mary.
Mm-hmm.
It's mostly beer, so it's like a sparkling Bloody Mary.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna have to go make a rum and coke.
And it's usually rimmed with those Mexican spices around the rim.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some lime juice if you so desire. I like to add a couple limes in there. So it's just a yummy, refreshing summer drink. And summer's ending soon, so I'd really like to get. But I normally would go to the Mexican restaurant and get like a horchata and 3 tacos and rice and beans, and then before I go, I'll get a michelada, and then like that was a wonderful day. So,
I'm gonna have to make a rum and coke now because you got me all on alcoholic beverages.
I have no soda pop. I have orange juice.
That's one of the reasons.
Orange juice and bourbon.
Coke, so I could have a rum and coke tonight.
There might be vodka, and if it is, it's really old.
Screwdrivers.
I don't like them enough to drink them.
No?
If I'm gonna drink vodka, it's gonna be a vodka cranberry with a splash of Sprite or something like that.
Yep.
I cannot do vodka and orange juice. It's just my mom drinks that all the time. That's like her drink. and she doesn't drink, but when she drinks, that's what she gets. And I tried one day, and she never gets good vodka. It's just well, and it's like, wow, this is rubbing alcohol, orange
Mhm.
juice.
Yep, I agree.
So, like, at least get Tito's or something, so it kills a little bit of that rubbing alcohol flavor. But not my jam. The cranberry juice does a really good job at killing a lot of that
I don't
rubbing alcohol flavor.
really care for the cranberry juice though.
Yeah, it's good for it's good for not getting UTIs. So if you're ever worried
Sure.
about getting a urinary tract infection, I've had Crystal Head vodka. It's okay. That's right. Budweiser does have a michelada, but that
Vodka,
sounds weird.
cranberry, and a splash of lime.
I either mix up a Manhattan or drink the bourbon straight.
Manhattan sounds good. I don't have any of the things to make a Manhattan.
It's so simple.
Yeah, but I don't have any of it. I've got bourbon. There's a bottle of it right here. Rabbit hole bourbon. Right
Have a bourbon on the rocks or whatever you drink.
I don't.
Yeah.
I really don't drink bourbon on the rocks either. Like, I like bourbon. I like to do tastings. Like, if a bunch of buddies want to go and they do a tasting of bourbon, I'll go. Count me in.
All you got to do is come to my house. I got at least a half a dozen different varieties.
Oh man.
Right on the top of his head right now.
No, that's just 3.
Yeah.
3?
What other
I think
booze
I
do
see
have
4.
upstairs?
Isn't there 4?
There's 3.
Oh, that's a model over in the corner, not a bottle.
Yeah.
Huh?
Oh, I haven't
Yeah.
had a good
Yeah,
margarita
like a
since last
Deadpool
year.
model or something.
There's
Margaritas are
There's one restaurant in
real
town
margaritas.
that make bomb ass margaritas, and I could go for that right now too. Again, that's my summer drinks, and I don't like tequila, mostly because I've had way too many alcoholic upchucks.
Holy crap, you picked up a lot of those vacuum boxes.
2 boxes, 2 orders worth, so 10, and they're all being used because I
Nice.
got TPU and CFPTG and nylon and CF nylon and what other bullshit will spoil if I don't have it in a container.
Well, that's why I put out the PLA up there.
Yeah.
Because I've got those F boxes whenever they decide to ship those. And
Michael
I ordered-
Casella's never had a margarita, so I know you got a Chili's near you. Everyone's got a Chili's near them somewhere. Chili's does the $5 Presidente margaritas. They're not horrible.
are they blended though?
No.
Okay. Now I'm sold.
Yeah, I don't do blended margaritas. I don't want. If I'm
The
gonna get
slushy?
a strawberry daiquiri, I'm gonna get a strawberry daiquiri.
Right.
I don't want a lemon
I
lime.
prefer non-blended margaritas, but I will drink a blended margarita
Yeah.
on a certain occasion.
That's a non-blended margarita is a margarita.
You're right. But the slushy margaritas, like, and if you go to a what's his name there, the singer dude that does Margaritaville,
Oh, Jimmy
God, what was his
Buffett.
name? Yeah, Jimmy Buffett. You go to one of his concerts and you get the like $20 freaking 24-ounce margaritas. Those are okay.
See,
Under
Chris
that
Travis
circle.
knows the Presidente margarita from Chili's is a great like starter margarita because there's like once you get into like liking margaritas and liking good margaritas, it can get pretty ridiculous. At least the Presidente margarita has enough sour and a little bit of sweetness to it that's like, okay, I can drink this lemon lime alcoholic tequila drink.
Something did not work.
Ooh,
Oh well. It's got a big old spicy line layer skip somewhere.
yeah. There's a
I think it was when it switched filaments, it didn't quite kick through.
what is it? Lucha Cantina in town. It's a Tex-Mex place. They make some bomb margaritas. Like, here's your foo-foo $12 margarita, and you're like, I am a happy kid.
It doesn't take much to make you a happy kid.
Ooh, he makes his own sour mix. That's actually pretty yummy. There's a couple bars in town here that do all that fancy stuff. They make all their own bitters. Like, they'll be like, oh, look, we've got 60 different varieties of bitters that we make in-house. And I'm like, that's insanity.
There's a store here in Portland
All right, I'm
That-
gonna be right back.
I think is called the Bitters Store, or Salt and Bitters is what it's called, because they do
Yeah.
weird salts and
Yep.
bitters. And they have like a full 12-foot old mahogany bar back with all the tiered levels and everything.
Yep.
And they're all unique bitters.
Yeah, if you ever visit the area, there's a drink, since I know you're a bourbon man, it's called the Blue Bourbon. They take Buffalo Trace bourbon,
Okay.
which is decent. I like Buffalo Trace. And they will set it on fire, and they're pouring it between two glasses, and as they're pouring it between two glasses, they're throwing in some lovely spices and some orange peel zesting, so they squeeze the thing and it shoots out the little oils
Mm-hmm.
and infuses the bourbon with this, and then they cool it down with liquid nitrogen,
Wow.
and it is fantastic. So you get a very cold, very it ends up thickening the sugars in it, so you get this
Mhm.
more like mouth coating bourbon. Like the bourbon actually coats your mouth really well.
Hmm.
So Jameson and ginger ale was a go-to drink of mine back in the day. JMO and ginger. And I switched that up when ginger beer became popular. So I did a JMO and ginger beer. So I just asked the bartender for 2 or 3 fingers of bourbon or any type of whiskey and a can of ginger beer.
I haven't mixed that yet. I've had ginger beer, but I have
Do
not added
enjoy.
bourbon to it.
Sprite just added a ginger Sprite, and it's actually really good.
Really?
Yeah. Also, Canada Dry added a much more. I don't remember what they call it, but it's a more gingery ginger ale.
Mhm.
Also very good. I have not tried. Well, again, I don't really drink, so I have not made them into mixers yet. But I feel that they would make superb mix-ins with the right beverages.
We've got some places out here that do some really hot ginger beers, and they're a bit too much.
It can be. I remember the first time I had Sprecker's ginger ale. I was like, "Oh, I love ginger ale." I swig that thing back, and I'm like, "I am literally licking a ginger root right now,"
Mm-hmm.
and I couldn't do it. I've gotten a little bit more appreciative of the hot, spicy flavor, but
I
it's
like hot spicy things when they have flavor.
yeah, and not just the taste
Heat
of
for the
a
sake
root.
of heat.
Yeah, here's some root. Lick it.
You can get some hot sauces and stuff that are hot as hell, but they have shit for flavor.
Yeah.
They're just hot for the sake of being hot, and that's just stupid to me.
Okay,
Before-
so it was definitely that Green Gate PETG because the IC3D PETG is printing like a dream.
Pain is a flavor. Yeah, no, there was a bar in town. There's a microbrewery in town that did a smoked. I can't remember the name of the pepper. They did a smoked pepper beer, and I thought, oh, that would be lovely. Let me try this. And
I'm
what's
gonna have
funny is, it was delicious until you swallowed, because then it was just all heat. Like you would taste this wonderful smoky beer,
Mm-hmm.
and then on the way down, it's like I just swallowed a jalapeno.
Mm-hmm.
And the aftertaste was literally just the flavor of whatever pepper it was. And I think it was chipotle, now that I think of it. And I'm like, this is a very disturbing thing because it tastes like beer in your mouth, but when you swallow, it's just all jalapeno chipotle flavor. I'm like, I can't do this. This is disgusting. Please do not.
Do
ever
you
make
still
this
have Quiznos out where you're at?
again. No. It's now a Pita Pete's.
They've all ran
Pita
away
Pit.
here.
Yeah, they all shut down here too.
There's still one in Vancouver, but that's like an hour and a half drive away, and I think I'm going to have to go there because they've got a 4-pepper chili sauce that you can get on their little condiment bar.
Mm-hmm.
That is,
Cheers.
it's proper heat with flavor, and it's fantastic on their steak sandwiches.
Yeah, I usually just make my own salsas when I want to make. Like I'll make my own verde to put on sandwiches and my own.
I don't know why Quiznos went out. Actually, I do around here because they went downhill. But
Quiznos went out because people wanted $5 footlongs.
Well,
yeah,
the franchisor also got stupid with their requirements and fees.
Yeah, well, that doesn't help either.
They
We just
were
lost
they
2
opened one
Subways
here
during
I don't know,
COVID.
15 years ago, and it was awesome. The place was always packed, did really well, and then it got bought out and kind of got dirty. I mean, it was literally dirty in there.
Yeah, they got bought out because the previous franchisee found out about the fee hike and said, "I'm out."
Yeah. But oh my god, when they first opened, that place was packed all the time.
Yeah.
They opened at the same time Five Guys did, and between the two of them, they pretty much like emptied out like Burger King and Subway, and they were always more packed than any of those other.
That's how Mod Pizza was out here when Mod Pizza opened up recently.
They're not that good.
It's not that good, but you can make your own pizza for $10 with whatever toppings you want,
Yeah,
and it's only $10.
well, that's because it's only worth $3.
Yeah, it's not very good. I like the premise though. I like the
Sure.
but I don't like the execution.
No.
I would rather.
I think it
just
comes
home
down
make
to
my
the
own
crust.
pizza. It's an okay crust. It's not good. It's chewy, but it's just weird. It doesn't have a flavor to it. It's like they nailed the texture. Sometimes the texture's off, but a lot of times the texture is really good. But then it has nothing. It just tastes like flour and water were made to make bread.
I've only tried them twice. That's enough.
Well, I don't know what you said, Lon.
I said Bisquick flour. Tastes like Bisquick pizza.
Oh yeah. I mean, it literally just tastes like flour, salt, and water and yeast, like that.
That's pretty much what dough is.
It is, but you can add olive oils. Like typically when you make a pizza dough, you can add beer if you want to make it a little bit more crunchy, or a high glutinous flours to give it a little bit more chew. So you can still fuck with it to make it better. Like if you're gonna make a traditional Italian pizza, you're gonna buy like the most glutinous flour you can find and make this like yummy, chewy, crunchy bread. So good. A little bit of olive oil.
I'm wondering just how long Doug has been over in this area, because all the places he was talking about going before are like an hour from my house.
Yeah. Jim Sellers. Oh, dough. Yeah, I used to have a really good dough recipe. I do not remember it anymore. When I used to work at this mom and pop pizza place.
Oh, that's horrible. I have a craving for smoked salmon right now.
Smoked salmon does sound good.
No.
There's a local butcher that they house smoke their own salmon. I think it's every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry that you have to tolerate such subpar salmon.
Yeah, it's so weird, like getting that versus what you buy in a grocery store smoked salmon. It's like, oh yeah, I like smoked salmon. Then you try this, like, okay, now I get it.
Yeah.
I can now say I like smoked salmon.
But unfortunately, you're in the Midwest.
Yeah, it's not fresh.
Yeah.
It's as fresh as it can get.
Correct. It's the best you can get. But
it's that whole bullshit fresh. It's fresh frozen. Well, if it's frozen, it's not fresh.
Well,
as soon as that meat gets below a certain temperature, it's no longer the same texture and consistency.
If you buy fresh salmon, it's been frozen because it was frozen on the boat.
No.
It immediately, My landlady's brother was a salmon fisherman. That's what he did. He was an Alaskan salmon fisherman. And the salmon
in Alaska
went directly into an ice tub in the bottom of the boat.
In Alaska, that's probably true.
Yeah.
But here on the coast, when they go out for day trips and come back with their fresh catch, and in fact, you can go out and catch it yourself.
You're not open.
Ocean. Pacific Ocean, 1 hour that way.
Oh,
I do not want Lake Michigan salmon. The amount of mercury in Lake Michigan is interesting.
Yeah, because we're not allowed to catch salmon here either. Because we have stream salmon here, but you're not even allowed to catch it.
Nope.
Because it's full of mercury.
Yeah. Well, salmon is a high mercury content fish.
Yeah.
Especially when they get to the sizes they want to catch, like tuna, swordfish, like all the yummy meats. Like I really love salmon and
What you're
We're
saying
not-
is mercury is
swordfish.
delicious.
We're not allowed to fish first right now either.
Brain-eating amoeba should be killed by the
They
eating. I
kill.
don't really. Well, if I was gonna eat raw salmon, it has to be sushi grade salmon. So
We used to get nice pink salmon. Salmon should be pink, not orange.
well, yeah, that's when they dye it because it's farm raised.
Should be pink.
Yeah. I also like trout.
Got lots of
But-
that out here too.
I have one secret spot that has wild brook trout, and that's it.
We got rainbow for days.
Yeah, rainbow's yummy. My buddy has a recipe for it because, again, that's not something that I would normally catch and cook. So, my expertise is Midwest style catch and cook, which is I catch walleye or catfish or sometimes
Catfish.
you can do bass. Catfish is amazing.
I like
All you
cat-
do with catfish is flour, cornmeal, and whatever spices and herbs you want to add.
Yeah,
And then
you
I
know,
always soak my fish meat in Frank's Red Hot, just to give it that little bit of heat, just like 20 minutes, 10, 15 minutes soak in Frank's Red Hot. Throw it in the dry batter. Unless
we
it's
used to serve catfish at the restaurant a lot. It was damn tasty. It's a little skunky, but it's not terrible.
that's because you need to
I
catch
like-
that. We got a lake out here that used to be an old quarry, so it's just pure. Like you can see 50 foot down. The catfish out of there are amazing because they don't live in the mud and they're not eating all the crappy stuff. I mean, they all eat crappy stuff, but it's kind of yummy. He lives in Elko, he says.
That's what he says.
Yep. Dude, charter boat on Lake Michigan is amazing. The lake trout get like 40 pounds out there. You got to fight them forever. That's a goal of mine. I'm learning. I'm learning my sea legs. Oh, look at your two-color vase.
Look at how bad it is. See all the zits and pops in it?
Yeah, from the color or from the filament wetness. I don't have a word for it. From the moisture
content, I'm guessing.
Oh yeah, that is moisture content issues.
There's areas, if you look real close, you can see right through it.
Yeah, especially at that transition between the yellow and red. There's like a hole.
Yeah, well, that's just going to fall right off. Because I don't think the yellow started right away, so it didn't push through. I got to say, it's not breaking apart. Oh, they ripped the bottom off, though.
Or
Now
a
you
tube
don't
in
have-
a vase.
I think it
No.
glued it to the PEI, even though I had glue stick on it. Which is
Did you let it cool?
Not yet. It's
No,
not
that's
fully.
why.
Well, it's got glue stick, so it shouldn't. I mean, it's still coming off. Usually, if it cools, it sticks more, doesn't it? With PETG and PEI.
Yeah, you still want to let it cool though. PTG's a bastard until it's cooled down.
Came off. Just left a circle from the glue stick. This
Oh,
PEI shot, it's all peeling. It's got holes in it.
Chicago has places like that where you come back from your charter boat and they'll clean and cook whatever you catch for a price. That happened to us when we went to Colorado. We went out
That's not bad, though.
when I was a kid for vacation. We caught a couple trout and they did a catch and cook for us.
That looks actually pretty nice. That's IC3D's PETG.
Most
Yeah,
of the
that's good.
bays up and down the coast here do the go out and catch it and they'll clean it for you, but most of them won't cook it.
Florida has a catch and cleans or
Well, that
catch
is
and
it.
cooks. That looks
Look
horrible.
at that.
Did you have Kura's fuzzy skin feature on?
No. It's kind of what it looks like, though, don't it?
It does. It really
That-
does.
That's actually a feature in a slicer.
Kura has a fuzzy slice.
Oh,
Fuzzy feature. Actually, if you set it up right, you can do
I mean,
like
if you print like a bear or an animal that normally
Yeah.
has fur,
You
it
know,
actually
like
kind of
bunny
looks
or
cool.
bear.
But
Yeah. If you do
I
it,
do have some sad news.
It actually gives it a cool look.
My 3 years of waiting, I finally tore a hole in my waders. Went fishing, made it about 500 feet out. Found a inlet, and I was like, "Ooh, let's go explore the inlet." Found a little lake, and it might have been on private property, who knows? But I was fishing it, walked down, and a branch caught my leg, and I was like, ow. I looked down, it was one of those trees that have like the 4-inch needle thorns on it, and it punctured my waders, and I was like, well, that was a good 3 years.
It was time for a new pair.
Yep, and I didn't realize it, but when I pulled the needle out, it actually had also scraped and torn a gash through it. So it had a giant puncture in it and a gash, like a probably 3-inch long gash in it. So I bought the stuff to fix it, but I ended up ordering a new set of waders. Because
You
Yep.
just print a TPU patch.
No,
Glue it
flex tape.
I
It'll fix your
was
boat.
gonna
You can use it on your waders.
I was gonna get flex tape, but Gorilla Glue makes waterproof permanent tape.
Yeah.
And that stuff is badass. So I ordered a small roll of Gorillas. I ordered the actual stuff that you patch waders with. They make a waterproofing sealing, like silicone glue.
Probably it's pretty similar to stuff you would use on a pool too.
Yep. I watched all the YouTube videos and I'm like, it's only $8 for that thing and only $6 for that roll of Gorilla Tape. I'll patch them and use them as backups or somebody else wants to go wading with me. Their spare pair. But walking back that 500 feet with one boot full of water, not fun. It sucked.
Yeah.
Like I have one really heavy leg and it just going slosh, slosh, slosh. I was like, and it was what's fucked up. This was like one of the harder spots to get to. So you have to park on the side of the road and walk the side of the road, and then go down like a sidewall that's really, 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 really steep. And with one really heavy leg, going up that sidewall was not fun. It's not fun.
You know, you could like dump the water out of it at that point.
Yeah, I could have taken my waders completely off
I will have none of your llama logic.
and poured all the water out of the one boot and put it all the way back on. It was 85 degrees out. I just want to get the fuck out of there. I was also overheating and not feeling very good. It was supposed to be 70 until 2 o'clock. It said on the weather, and then it was 85 by, I got there at 8. It was 85 by 10. And I was roasting in a set of chest-high waders. So
It sounds like you were ready to leave even before you punctured it.
I wasn't feeling the best when I went out, but normally going out on a long hike on the river and fishing always makes me feel better. Like my stomach was just bothering me. My stomach was bothering me, and then I realized I left. Remember last night when I was helping out Carl, and I was like, oh yeah, I got to move that fish to the freezer that was in the car? I forgot. And I didn't Ziploc one of those bags as well as I thought I Ziplocked them. So the car smelled like
Or
rotting.
stunk the next day.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
like rotting fish. So my drive to the fishing spot to meet my buddy was
Stinky.
filled with all 4 windows rolled down, the sunroof rolled back, and the car smelled like sour fish and vanilla spray. Because the first spray that I found that was this vanilla car spray, and I was like, this was the worst combination: vanilla and sour fish.
Yeah, that's not vanilla fish.
Yeah.
That
So
doesn't sound attractive.
nope. But my buddy kept on fishing, and he caught 18 fish on that same route that we were on. So I missed out on a hell of an adventure.
Good for him.
I'm excited. Anytime anyone go out there and actually catch fish and not just be like, oh, got skunked, that's a good day.
I think you should start a stream and we should do some Jackbox.
That sounds silly.
The whole point. Don't have to if you don't want.
I'm going to be going to bed early because I got, after late last night, my brain kept going on Marlin last night after we got done with yesterday's stream. But I will do a Jackbox ASAP. So my new waders come in tomorrow, so I may go practice. They have a pocket in the front, a waterproof front pocket.
It sounds like a place for a phone.
Yep, and it comes with a waterproof phone bag. So you can tie the little bag to your vest, and then not your vest, but your waders, and then tuck it in the pocket. I'm so excited for that because I normally I leave one clip of my waders off so I can stick my hand in my waders and reach my pocket. That way my phone is waterproof. Not the smartest thing in the world.
Agreed.
So, but I can't be mad. There were $40 waders on Amazon that I bought 3 years ago, and they lasted me 3 years of being in shitty rivers, like rocky, sharp rock, walking through bushes and grass, and keeping me from poison ivy. That's a good investment. It's a good RTI, return on
ROI.
ROI, return on investment. The new ones are $50, and they have a pocket, and they have better Amazon reviews.
Yeah, but you can buy Amazon reviews, so
You can,
as we all know.
but these are waders. So
So,
the other ones had really good reviews too, and they were nice, but I don't know. These look a little bit better. They're also not tan. They're green. I prefer the dark green versus the tan waders. You know, you got to look good when you fish, right? Because you never know, like a mermaid's gonna come out and be like, "Hey, baby, you want some of this mermaid lady body?" And I'm like, "Well, there's nothing I can do with the bottom half."
But that top half,
Yeah, that's the funness.
and I thought I was tapped in the head.
you are tapped in the head, Llama.
What the hell is fluttering in the corner of your screen? Oh, that's a fan or something in the other room, huh?
Ceiling fan in the living room.
Just looked weird, like it was like a leaf or something like off of a plant. Just the way it was catching the camera.
Sure.
What if it's top half fish, bottom half lady? Ooh, that's interesting. Mr. Bushram with the
I would pass on that one, Buttram.
I would too. I think I'd rather have the top half lady.
brings a whole new meaning to motorboat.
That was funny. That was good.
Michael Cassell. Yeah, Mike, 3 years on waders is really good. Like, I'm surprised that I haven't had any puncture. Like, normally you'll get like little punctures, but I do not use any external MOSFETs on any of my boards, only because the normal MOSFETs are actually pretty good.
You're not using any fancy heaters anyways, right? You're just basically using stock heaters.
Yeah. If I had a larger heater, I'd definitely do it. Or if I was on 12 volt.
See if you can see this, Chris. This is one of the streams where we go fishing a lot.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Okay. That looks like
That's
the
cool.
area which upon you live.
That's
Only
actually where we. I will never fish there again, but we used to fish there a lot.
Nice.
That's where we put my dad.
Ah. You want to do one of those things.
I know how dirty he was, so I'm never fishing that stream again.
Man, a year. Man, I don't know if I could do fishing if I could only get a year on waders. But it's so easy to puncture them. They're just. I mean, they make nicer ones that are harder to puncture, but can you justify a
Why don't you have
pair of pants?
Kevlar encased waders, man? So
They have that. They have those. Because normally, like, decent waders are nylon clad to PVC. If you need thermal, they make neoprene ones. If you need more thermal, they make like actual thermal.
Get out of there.
What?
Thank you.
Wait, that's a chili dog? That's amazing.
Well, you have to have cheese.
2 chili cheese dogs, and then what's the salad? Is it a salad? Or a pasta salad? A pesto? I don't
Peas.
know what kind. Oh, a pea salad.
Peas and pasta and cheese and.
Oh, it's awesome. Can't wait to go up and check my little vent that you push food through. See what kind of scraps I get.
Sure.
Yeah, but these, like, one of my buddies, like, oh, I totally want to get like this brand of waders, like Sims or something. I'm like, those are $250. He goes, yeah, but they're harder to puncture. I'm like,
But they're
And-
$250.
but they're still gonna puncture. Like you'll either hook it or you'll snag on a piece of rebar in the water. Because again, like our rivers out here are fucking trash. Like the water will be crystal clear, but like the highway runs over it, and like when you have to wade underneath a bridge, it's just like car parts and fucking bullshit everywhere in the water. It's just like
Crystal clear polluted.
yeah, seam welding does help. All the boots are heat seam welded. One day I might invest in the nicer ones where you get like the socks. They're like instead of having the boots, they have socks at the bottom, and then you can buy your own water boots. Those are the comfiest.
Well, guys, it's supper time, so bye-bye.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna head out too.
See you.
Bye,
Yeah.
Bob.
Kill it. Been 2 hours and 30 minutes. I think that's enough of me.
It is, and Viking showed up, so it's time to leave.
Ooh, poor Viking.
Oh boy.
Miss you, Viking.
What's up, Viking? Hi, bye. We're all gonna leave. Plasti dip for the win. Yeah,
Oh,
you can probably.
I have a jar of Plastidip over there for tool handles. Like when they sell you this bullshit. So like,
Plasti dip your waiters.
so this is just a standard Plastidip on a Craftsman crescent wrench. I need to do it to this one too.
Yeah, I gotta get me.
Boy,
a
that feels way better after 20 minutes than this cold metal thing.
Mm-hmm.
I might have to buy a new jar of it. I think mine are.
Yeah, typical, you bastards. Yeah,
What do you mean?
on that
We're normal.
note, well, you can start your own damn stream there, Viking.
Yeah, Viking. I'll join you from the bedroom.
They do have an aerosol Plasti dip as well.
I
Yeah.
just like dipping. I think it's hilarious to go. Not thick enough. Let's do it again.
Mm-hmm.
Not thick
Let it
enough.
dry a
Do it
little
again.
bit. Do it
You
again.
gotta double dip, man.
Oh yeah, I like my
They
coatings
have to double or
thick.
triple dip.
All right, have
Anyway,
a good dinner, Bob. See you, Llama.
Thanks, folks. I'm sure someone else will start streaming. It's still early enough.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.
Bye.